Hey guys, I want to go over if we think that Tesla stock price is a good price point today. So let's get into it. All right, so Tesla has dropped around 25% from its all-time high at around $1,200 and is trading about $930 today. Some of that has to do with Elon selling his stocks, as well as Fed tapering, fear of interest rates going up, therefore hitting all growth stocks. And I think the third thing is that in 2021, Tesla stock price has shot up quite a lot, especially in the last few months after really strong Q3 results. So I think it's the market trying to find a good normalizing level for Tesla stock again. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, so this chart shows the month to month change in Tesla stock price. So what this line means, for example, is that Tesla stock has increased by 44% versus what it was last month. So you can see that the latest data point at December, Tesla has already decreased by about 20% from its last month. So the first thing that pops out from this chart is that you can see that there are higher highs than there are lower lows. So Tesla has plus 60%, plus 80%, few, plus 50% scattered all around. Whereas for the down, it's really looking at around 20% at its max. So basically saying that within 1 month, Tesla has gone down a maximum of about 20% or so. This doesn't mean that, because this basis is measured from first of the month to the first of next month. So it is possible that Tesla has gone down by maybe 40% here, but then by the end of the month, it has then recovered back to just being down 20%. So even though 20% is the max loss, you can see that there are some months where there are few consecutive months of losses, 2019 being the worst. But really, other than 2019, it's very hard to find consecutive months of significant losses in Tesla. So there's some here. There's even, this was COVID, and even COVID just had 1 month. And there was one here with 2 months of consecutive losses. So really, I guess what I'm trying to say is that this point here is looking quite attractive from that standpoint, where I might feel comfortable adding. And even if, let's say, Tesla goes down some more, I would probably be comfortable adding as well. So this chart shows the same thing, but just the most recent data. I want to point out that this point right here is COVID. So what this chart says is even on a 1 in 100 year event like COVID, we only see a 20% drawdown in a month. And then there was swift recovery in 2020. But I also do want to highlight for completeness that this 20% down, I think it was really 40% down from its maximum. And then it recovered very swiftly to just 20% down. So I think what I'm saying is that this 20% point is quite a good buy point. Now, obviously, the stock could just hover around these price levels for the next few months, in which case, to me, again, it continues to then be a good point to buy. But it is just a short-term way of looking at the stock. I generally don't think like this. I generally just buy and hold. So I think the major question we've got to ask ourselves is, how is the business fundamentals of Tesla? Is it still very strong? So to answer that question, let's look at some numbers. So this is Tesla's revenue, expenses, and overall net income from 2020 to 2021. Now you can see that the revenue is growing consistent with their delivery growth. So very, very strong 77% growth. The expenses are growing at a much lower cadence than the revenue, simply because all the fixed costs are already embedded in the business. The fixed expenses won't grow as aggressively as the revenue at this stage. So with both this combined, you're at a very impressive 389% year-over-year growth on net income. Okay, so I just want to stress this again, because this is showing that, if revenue grows consistent with deliveries and expenses grows by a much smaller scale, your net income growth will be very good, right? So with that, you can see Tesla's PE ratio went down from 702 last year to 144 this year. So that's really impressive. What about future years, right? So if in future years all they do is just continue to grow their business at 50%, and here I'm being very conservative and I'm saying that expenses will also grow in line with their revenue at 50%. Really, this should be at maybe 20% even. But let's say they grow at 50%. So your net income grows year on year 50%. You can see that Tesla's PE ratio will start declining very quickly at today's price levels. So what this shows me is just that the current price for Tesla, once the business fundamentals catch up to it, the stock price will just go up along with it. Because I think at a 60 multiple for Tesla is extremely cheap, because this means that you're trading at about Amazon's PE ratio, and Amazon is already a very mature company. And obviously, if you zone out to 2024, 2025, Tesla at this stage is still, in my view, a growth company, and it's already trading at Apple's PE ratio if nothing happens to the price. And that just doesn't make any sense. So I guess what I'm saying is the price for Tesla cannot be $930 in 2024 if they continue to grow their business, which they really should. There's no way Tesla will be at today's price level. So this is how I comfort myself in telling myself that $930 is an extremely cheap price point for Tesla. Now let's bring that up and see how it compares in terms of market share. So at 144 PE ratio, Tesla is still just 1% of market share. This is just 1 million cars divided by 66 million total cars produced. Now, if you zone out to 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, these are still really low market share percentages. If you want to compare these to Amazon, which is one of the largest retail stores in the world, and Apple, which rakes in the most revenue of all phones in the world, this 7% is still, in my view, a measly market share. And again, we're only talking about cars here, and we haven't factored in FSD, solar energy, Tesla moving into generalized AI, Tesla bot. So there's so many call options on Tesla that really these PE multiples, if Tesla stock price remains at these levels for these years, I will be an extreme buyer of the stock if the business fundamentals continue to be very strong. So I think that's all I really want to share. Basically, I think Tesla at these prices are bargain prices to me, and I will keep buying. And if it drops to 800 levels, I will be buying call options. Anyways, not financial advice. I hope this was useful and helpful. Please let me know whether or not you enjoyed this video, and also if you would like access to the spreadsheet that I just showed, I'll be happy to share. So yeah, please share what you guys think about Tesla stock. Take care, guys. Bye.